everyone, this is Beth McCord, your Enneagram Coach, and I'm here with my family, and we wanted to introduce you guys to what it's like using the Enneagram within your family. And so I wanted to bring my kids in and my husband to just kind of talk through what the Enneagram has meant to us through the last several years. So we have been using the Enneagram, Jeff and I, in parenting for about 10 to 12 years. Now, when the kids were really young, I couldn't tell what type they were, so I kind of held 2 or 3 numbers loosely until they were old enough to tell me which is the right Enneagram type for them. And that was a really kind of fun process. We did it with both of them when they were about 13, 14, 15 years old, and it was just a really good experience to hear from them what goes on in their mind and in their heart. But the greatest part about it is that we could understand them better so that we could show them the love that we really do have in the way that they can hear it from their personality type. Now, we're not always good at it, and they will be the first to attest to that, but the goal as a family is for us to give more compassion, understanding, so that they understand our love and we understand their love to us. So with that being said, Nate, why don't you introduce yourself and what type you are?
All right, so my name is Nate, and I'm type 6, and
what has it meant for you?
The Enneagram has meant, I don't know, it's just kind of been a spokesperson for myself and to let the rest of my family know who I am and why I do the things that I do. It's helped me realize my mistakes and my strengths so that when I think about career and going to college and stuff like that, then I can think through my personality and what are things that I'd be good in, or what are things that I'll need to work on for future stuff. And so with my mom teaching us the Enneagram and kind of getting our family engaged with it has really helped us all be able to communicate better and be able to understand each other better.
Great. Okay, so Libby, what about you?
Hi, I'm Libby. I'm a type 2 on the Enneagram. For me, I saw the idea in my head of shaming myself a lot, and also this disconnect of needing to do things for people for their love. And for me, that strongly affected my life once I figured that out, because my relationship with my friends and family changed because I realized I didn't need to do things to gain their love. Which was an amazing weight lifted off my shoulders to be able to communicate that need in my heart to people. Because now my friends know that, if they need a lot of advice but I just can't emotionally handle it, that they can let me know that's okay, and it's okay that you can't give me advice, I still love you. And so that's been a great thing. And my parents knowing that, it's been great, because even though they constantly pour out love to me, they just know that now there's certain ways that they can do it that I can hear it more easily, because as a 2 it's hard to hear the message that I'm loved no matter what. So
that's great.
Yeah.
Jeff, what type are you, and what's it been like for you to parent and be married using the Enneagram?
Yeah, that's really good. I think for me, I'm a 6, and so I started to recognize with the use of the Enneagram that I saw everyone else's behaviors through the lens of being a 6. And so how loyal are other people? How are they going to affirm what I'm doing? So there was a sense in our marriage that I was always fearful that we were on the brink of divorce, even if it was a minor issue. And even with our kids, there's this temptation to believe that I'm losing connection with them. And the reality is that wasn't true. But that fear was always a voice in my head and in my heart. And so it shaped how I parented, it shaped how I related to my wife. The Enneagram helped to name that, but it also gave me an opportunity. It was almost like an invitation from God that whenever I felt fearful of losing connection, that He was really assuring me of His own love and the love of my family.
Yeah. I know for me, I'm an Enneagram type 9, and why it's meant so much to me is that a lot of times type 9s do not know themselves very well. We tend to merge with other people because we don't want conflict, and so we just want to go along to get along. Well, the problem with merging with other people, you then don't really know your own voice, your likes and dislikes. And so for me, it's been helpful to find myself, to say, yeah, this is me, this is what I'm passionate about, this is what I love, and then to be able to share that with the family instead of just merging into their life, for them to see that mom has things to contribute, not only to just our family, but to others. And it's been really incredible to see them cheer me on in doing the Enneagram. And that's really meant a lot to me because they know the struggle of a 9. We think as 9s, we don't really matter. But my family has done a great job in cheering me on and giving this to you all and saying, no, you do matter and you need to get out there and share this with everyone because it's meant so much to our family.
Libby, when you think of your relationships with other teenagers, how has the Enneagram helped you in those relationships?
You start to discover yourself and it changes with what you're around. So as a teenager, I realized that a lot of my friends either want to be in relationships or struggle with their parents' relationships. And so what it helps with me is that I understand what my heart desires and what my fears are. And so I'm able to better detect why I feel that way. So I think for me, it's just like the same, like communication and understanding more of what my heart really wants instead of what it's saying to me.
And we've noticed that you have such a tender, empathetic heart and sympathetic heart to your friends that when they're struggling, you can get swept up into that.
Yeah.
And then we have to kind of pull you back and reassure you that you don't have to save them.
Yeah.
That you are great just as you are as being a friend. How has that been for you in knowing that your parents know kind of your weak spots,
Yeah.
but yet lifting you back up to where you're strong? What is that like?
For me, it's like another pillar, basically of strength, because I know that whenever my friends are having a really rough time and I'm trying to help them through that and I feel super overwhelmed and anxious, that when I get in that mood and mindset of like I don't want to deal with anything else, this is too stressful, that I have parents who are able to gently pull me out of that instead of just being like, why are you acting this way? Like, you don't need to. Instead, they're more sympathetic to being like, all right, let's just step back, or let me talk you through this and let's help your friends get through this in a way that helps you not be so involved and so wrapped up in the emotions of everything. So it really helps just my health, and it helps me help out my friends better because I don't feel as exhausted and I'm able to better evenly support them throughout their life.
Great.
So
Nate, what about you with friends?
Yeah, for me, I think it's shown me, being a 6, it shows me how loyal I am, whether good or bad. And it's helped me realize my friends' types and be a better friend to them or understand them. Like Libby said, when they, have problems with parents, you can talk to them about what their parents are like and then understand their types. And so for me, just kind of broad with friends, it's shown me all of what my type is when it comes down to how loyal am I and how afraid I am from abandonment and from disloyalty or betrayal and stuff like that. And I also give myself sometimes a little too much to people than I can handle, or sometimes I only lend myself to certain people. So it helps me see the good and the bad and where I either come up short or hit the bullseye with right in my type sweet spot, and then also when I go a little bit over.
And I think, like what my dad said and you said, that it does really help because you get to see, all right, this person's doing this. Like when either of our friends are struggling, we're able to see it through, okay, they may be this or this type. This is probably what they're feeling. This is why they're doing this. Because instead of assuming what we believe is true because we have through a 2 or a 6, we're able to see like, oh, maybe our friend that's a 4, maybe our friend that's an 8, like they're doing this because of this and it's not because of how I think of it. So it just helps see why
so you have
people
more
do.
understanding and compassion.
So the good news is that we have a new way of encouraging one another and affirming the kind of under the hood accomplishments that most people wouldn't always see.
Mm-hmm.
Right.
And even knowing that, with my mom starting her Enneagram business, we knew that there are some days where we would be really excited she's launching something or she's doing something big, but for her it felt like you were almost being exposed, like you were letting your voice out and you were waiting for people's response. So it was interesting seeing, like, we would be really excited and then we'd come home and see her kind of like, I just want to be alone in my space, like, and we'd understand that instead of just thinking like, why are you like that, like, why are you acting this way, you should be this way. We understand that that's for a 9 to go out and do an adventure and do something that they feel passionate about and have a voice in, they're actually going to go and pursue it. That means a lot to them, and so it's been awesome.
Well, and to just piggyback on that, what's been so encouraging in launching this business is that I am passionate about helping people with the Enneagram and bringing it into their life and their marriages and relationships. But I probably could never have done it without the encouragement from my family, because they saw what I have in me and they called me out to do it. And they wouldn't have known to do that if they didn't know my personality type, because some personality types would have done it no matter what. Or they may have thought, well, just do it, But they understand that that's a really big step for me, and yet they encouraged me through it and gave me understanding and patience along the way. So for us, it's just been a real big adventure, walking through the Enneagram. I mean, obviously, like every family, we have highs and lows, but now we have a language to be able to talk through our dynamics so that hopefully we can really hear each other's hearts, instead of just having judgment over the surface. So anyway, we hope that you enjoyed kind of listening to a little bit of the McCord family and how we use the Enneagram and how we talk about it, just at this table on a daily basis. We hope that you will purchase the Enneagram 101 course, because we really know that this will bring change not only to your life, but to those around you when you're using it. So thanks so much, and we hope you join us in the class.
Bye.